All right, moving on. Factor cap, Shaun. Bradley Beal has the worst contract in the NBA.
Toddy, I'll just add that this was an impromptu factor cap. I decided to add it to the agenda based on the conversation that we had earlier. And since the question is posed to me first, I'm going to say that this is cap because Bradley Beal, he may have had a rough first year with the Phoenix Suns, but at least he's a multi-time All-Star, and he is an established NBA talent. I don't know if I was going to say great. He's an all-star. He is an NBA all-star time and time again. And so, to me, just as much as I'm looking forward to seeing Malik Monk get paid, Bradley Beal, in my opinion, has earned his money. So I'm going to say that this is cap because the worst contract in the NBA is the guy that Bradley Beal was traded for, basically. And that's Jordan Poole. Even though Bradley Beal was technically traded for Chris Paul and Chris Paul was traded for Jordan Poole, you could basically look at it as Bradley Beal was traded for Jordan Poole. And Jordan Poole has a 4-year contract worth $123 million, and he's better in a bench role. And so he's basically a glorified sixth man who makes $30 million a year. I love Malik Monk, but I don't think he's going to get paid $30 million a year, and he'll probably become a starter on his new team. And I hate the way that I keep saying that, but it just seems likely that Monk is gone. But anyways, this is cap. Bradley Beal does not have the worst contract in the NBA.
All right, Toddy. I'm going to swing it to you next. Factor cap. Bradley Beal has the worst contract in the NBA.
Second worst. First is Ben Simmons. The Aussie has been seen at the Met Gala. And he has, hasn't played. So, but he can do whatever he wants. He's a grown-ass man. So, he could go to the Met Gala if he wants to. But it's just, we haven't really seen him play basketball games. And I think that, given his contract and what he was traded for, which was James Harden, which was an all-time fleece, the Sixers knew something that, the Nets didn't, and they ended up getting James Harden, and James Harden isn't even on the team anymore. So, for Ben Simmons to kind of go to Brooklyn and just, sit out, which is kind of what it's been for the majority of the game or majority of that contract. We haven't seen him play, and that's kind of what everybody wants, at a college. A lot of people were comparing him to LeBron James, which was. Can you guys hear me and see me? Cool, we're back.
Yep, got you. I thought it was me for a second.
A lot of people were comparing Ben Simmons to LeBron James, which was insane. I never thought that for once. He was a lefty, he couldn't really shoot. A lot of hype around, LSU and his days being there. But he played well in the beginning stretches of his career, the process, he was playing well, he was making all defensive teams, all-star, but things kind of just happened. He got hurt. A lot of people will blame the injury on that, but he hasn't really lived up to what we thought he could have been. So injuries could be a part of it. Confidence could be another thing, but I would say it would have to be Ben Simmons. So I'll say that this is a cap. Bradley Beal does not have the worst contract in the NBA. He's close. Ben Simmons didn't exist, I'd be all over it. But I'm going to have to say that this is cap.
All right. So, Shaun, did you say factor cap?
Cap.
Cap. So we have two caps.
It's Jordan Poole.
Factor cap. Bradley Beal has the worst contract in the NBA. I'm also going to have to go cap. I have two examples. I have Lonzo Ball, 4-year, $80 million, and has not played 3 of those 4 years. Not even one game. Just, Stephen A. said he couldn't get up from a chair. We saw him get up and down from the chair, and now he had a podcast. So that's the gap of time that has been for him. And then secondly, shout out to my man Damian Lillard. Jeremy Grant got paid 160 M's for 4 years because he was like, hey, we're going to do whatever we can to bring Dame back. And Dame said, is it official? Did the ink dry? All right, yeah, I'm out of here. I want to trade tomorrow. I want to go now. Thanks for paying my man Jeremy Grant. He's now making $27 million a year. That's more than guys like Jaren Jackson, Jalen Brunson, Tyler Hero, Kyle Kuzma. There's a lot of guys on this list that you could say are better players than Jeremy Grant, especially the way the Blazers are right now. Unfortunately, my wife is a Blazer fan, love her to death. But I was telling Toddy, by the time Alyssa and I have kids, they might be the Las Vegas Blazers. They might be relocated. Like you're paying $180 million for Jeremy Grant to average 19 points? $180 million? That has to be the worst contract in the NBA. So those were definitely my two contenders with Lonzo Ball and Jeremy Grant. But, yeah, Ben Simmons is definitely up there. Like Shaun mentioned, Bradley Beal deserved his money. He went out there and did his thing. I don't know if he deserved the no-trade clause. So that might also be a part why the contract is pretty bad because you can't trade him once you get him. But I'm going to have to go Cap as well. So I do not believe Bradley Beal has the worst contract in the NBA.
All right, guys.